English 111, and welcome to week 7 of this online class, Shaw University, spring semester 2017. Hope everyone is doing well. So for week 7, we are continuing on with our second paper. Our second paper was introduced back up here into week 5, instructions for paper 2. Again, we are writing an argumentative/persuasion paper. So if you're not sure what's going on, you need to go back to week 5 and week 6 to get up to speed. Week 5 introduced this. Week 6 helped you find, the video showed you how to find the credible sources to start doing research on your topic. Week 7, you're actually going to start writing your paper, but you're only going to work on the introduction paragraph. We're going to break this down step by step in this class. So the goals for this week is that there is mind tap reading and a quiz. Again, one more time with love. Mind tap is required for this class because there are quizzes that are done online. This is an online class. We need to use the online resources. It is required. And then the goal is to complete the rough draft of the introduction for paper 2. So what you're going to do, watch week 7. We're doing that right now. Complete the mind tap reading and quiz, and then we'll do the rough draft. So let's look at the mind tap reading for this week under week 7. There's 2 chapters. One is the thesis statement, which is basically the introduction, which is what you are writing this week. Thesis statement basically, again, as you read through this, it states what the paper is about, what you're trying to show, your main objectives for the paper. The rest of the paper then kind of backs up that statement. So, in a way, you could say, as a thesis statement, you could say medical marijuana is better for the economy because it brings in jobs, whatever else your point is. Okay. The rest of the paper is then used to back up that statement. So if you say medical marijuana should be, it's more advantageous to legalize marijuana for the following reasons, and then you list the following reasons. Specifically what the reasons are. And then the rest of the paper, you are then backing up those reasons with research. So that's the general way that looks. So again, we're just kind of looking on the overall thesis. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to prove? What are your main points? And then chapter 20 talks about documenting sources. This will kind of get you prepared as we get into the next part of this paper, because again, it's not enough for you just to make a statement. You need to back it up with sources that gives you credibility, that it's not just your opinion, but there is good, credible sources to back up your point. Yes, there's that. And there is a quiz on documentation that you can take from this. Please do your best. Take it one sitting, and yes, it does count towards your grade. So there's that. So that's the mind tap reading and the quiz for week 7. And then you're going to submit the rough draft for the introduction for paragraph 2. Again, a paragraph is just that first opening line. We're just introducing, again, if you go back and read the thesis chapter, it's just you're stating what the paper's about, you're stating what your main point is, and how you're going to back it up. That's really the main part of a introduction paragraph. And if you've taken English 110, you learned how to write a 5-paragraph essay. You have basically those 3 elements: the hook, the combining sentences, and then the thesis statement. So that's kind of what we're looking for in the introduction paragraph. Yay! So again, let's look back at the assignment. Reminder of a few things about this assignment. Remember that you're doing this in MLA formatting, so you might as well start practicing that right away. Okay. The paper has an interesting hook in the introduction. Again, hook is that first sentence which will catch the reader's attention. This paper has a clear proposition, which is the thesis, and a claim, and 3 reasons to support the claim. So medical marijuana is a good thing because of reason A, reason B, reason C. And then you wouldn't necessarily explain reasons A, B, and C in the introduction, because that's what the rest of the paper is for. And then the rest of this stuff we will get into, well, the refutation, the body paragraphs, and the conclusion are coming up in the next few weeks. Please note, this paper is written all in 3rd person. So you would not start off by saying, I believe that medical marijuana or marijuana should be legalized. I believe. I is not 3rd person. Okay? Don't use I, don't use you. Use 3rd person in writing this paper. Also, no contractions. Contractions are can't, won't. What's another contraction? Ain't. But ain't's not even a good word anyway. No contractions. Everything, okay, this is again part of this paper. So, again, for this week, you're going to watch this video, Read this and then start writing just the first paragraph. Just the first paragraph. Don't write the whole paper yet. Just the first paragraph. We're working through this step by step. I introduced it, you thought about a topic, then you found the sources, and now you start ready to write the introduction, just the introduction paragraph, step by step. That's the plan. Okay? So again, you don't click anything here. This is grade for MindTap. That's where I enter in your grade. You don't have to worry about that. But this is where you will submit your rough draft of paragraph 2 for just the introduction. Just the introduction. All right, so go ahead and start writing. Have fun.